there's been a lot of cases. There's been a lot of things going on over the years. And if we just pinpoint on the cases over, say, the last 2 or 3 years, there's been an abundance of cases that kind of make you raise your eyebrows and ask yourself why. And ask yourself why they're seemingly not being handled correctly. And by correctly, I mean, when something happens to someone, it usually happens because of a reason. You know, if a child goes missing, if a child comes to harm, then it's generally because of something that the main carer does, the care provider, the parent. Because when a child is of a certain age, they are the sole responsibility of the caregivers. And we've seen multiple cases, Harmony Montgomery, Oakley Carlson, Michael Vaughan, Summer Wells, Trinity Bacchus, Kylie Rodney. All of these are young, and some very young, children that have come to harm, but there is seemingly no justice for them. Seemingly nothing has been done. It's just the waiting game, waiting just on the off chance that someone gets found for pulling the trigger, so to speak. But there is no repercussions for those who push them in front of the gun, as a metaphor. And I don't understand it. I don't get it. Make it make sense that people can come to harm. Young adults, young children can come to harm, can lose their lives, and just get forgotten about. Where is the justice for Summer Wells? She was apparently with her parents and she went completely missing, vanished off the face of the planet. Disappeared. Gone. No signs of a struggle, no signs of abduction. Countless hours of speculation all over the internet. But we can scrap all that. People can say that the true crime niche is nothing but a pain in the arse. People speculating and talking shit, and doesn't matter. All right, let's remove all of that then, and let's just look at the fundamentals in the Summer Wells case. Little girl with parents goes missing, nothing done about it. That's the short version. So how can a 5-year-old little girl go missing? Because if you scrap all of everything out of it, she went missing because her parents were doing something else. They weren't watching her. They weren't looking after her. They weren't making sure she was safe. So where is Summer Wells' justice? If they have not, in this period of time, found anything else, then it's just simply she came to harm because of neglect of the parents. The same with Michael Vaughan in that case. And I know when I talk about Michael Vaughan, I get a load of backlash for it. And to be fair, I couldn't give a toss because my mindset is all I care about is this little boy and the fact that he has not got justice. We've seen neighbours. Don't even get me started there. The morbidly obese neighbours who apparently had dug up a garden and put Michael's body in the garden, and there was, days where we saw that being pulled up while parents were on a live laughing and joking. Some people handle trauma and pain differently. I get that. But at the end of the day, where is Michael's justice? Why was Michael wandering about in the streets after countless kind of warning shots that he was a runner? Where is his justice? We hear other cases where a guy may leave his child in a car while he runs into a shop and he's arrested. because you shouldn't leave a child in a car while you go in a shop. But apparently, you can let your child wander off down the road and go missing, vanish into the ether, spend 2 years trying to find some other version of events and not come to any conclusions, not find anything, and then ignore how we got here in the first place. And this ain't about victim blaming, and this is why it's so difficult for justice to be served, because it's far too easy to form a bubble of protection around those that placed people in harm's way in the first place. We move into the Harmony Montgomery case and how that all came about. The fact that the courts had put Harmony Montgomery back into her father Adam's care and completely ignored the fact that he was a raving lunatic involved in another homicide or attempted homicide. Oakley Carlson vanishes off the face of the planet. Yes, they hold the parents in jail, but on completely separate charges based on neglect of the other siblings. So there, in a nutshell, you have the same situation again. Oh, we're holding them in jail because they seemingly, place their other children at harm, so we can deal with that. But when you go over the line, there's nothing that can be done. It seems that as soon as you get to a certain point and the child has actually come to harm or lost their life, the brakes go on and we can't touch them. Kylie Rodney, at the end of the day, when she attended this party, she was 16 years old. Those of you who want to say that this was simply an accident, well, if it was an accident, it was an accident because she was given things that impaired her ability to drive. So who did it? Who give her them? Who give her the drink? Who give her the narcotics if they are involved? And that's questionable. Who was allowing her to drive illegally? Because that was her parents' responsibility to make sure that she was not driving. She was not legally allowed to drive that vehicle. And again, it's ignored. But if one of our children come to harm, I'm pretty much sure that we would be arrested and hauled over the coals and face punishment for it. I don't understand what puts you in the category of not being able to be touched. Is it if you have friends within law enforcement that just happen to be the outfit that are looking at the case, or if you've got money or influence, or you're part of a town that has some kind of shield around you and you take care of your own business? But are we going to see that continue in 2023, where children and young adults continue to come to harm, like the Trinity Bacchus case, like Hudson Lindau, that just seemingly come to harm and nobody knows why, and no one daren't take it all the way and truly find out what happened? I hope not, but history does tell us that people do not like doing what needs to be done to bring justice to these victims. Let me know down below what you think, and I'll catch you all in the next one.